Everyone thinks they know Pamela Anderson, the blonde bombshell, the Baywatch icon, the woman frozen in 90s fantasy. But the part most people don't understand is that her entire life was permanently split in two by one man, Tommy Lee. Before him, she was rising. After him, she was famous for the wrong reasons. And once their paths collided, there was no turning back. In the mid-1990s, Pamela met the Mötley Crüe drummer in a flash of chaos and chemistry. There was no slow burn, no cautious courtship. It was instant obsession. Within days, they were inseparable. Within weeks, they were married on a beach in Mexico, barefoot, reckless, tattooing each other's names instead of exchanging rings. It wasn't romance the way Hollywood sells it. It was adrenaline disguised as love. From the moment they became a couple, they became a spectacle. Every party they went to turned into a headline. Every argument became gossip. Every kiss became proof that this was the wildest couple in Hollywood. On the outside, they looked untouchable, beautiful, rich, famous, madly in love. But inside, the relationship was a storm that never stopped spinning. Pamela later described those years as intoxicating and terrifying at the same time. Tommy was passionate, impulsive, jealous, and unpredictable. She loved him deeply, but loving him meant surrendering herself. Her world slowly began to shrink, orbiting around his moods, his fame, his chaos. Friends faded, boundaries disappeared, and the line between devotion and self-erasure quietly dissolved. Then came the moment that changed pop culture forever. A private tape meant only for the two of them was stolen and released without their consent. Suddenly, their most intimate moments were being watched by millions of strangers. For Tommy, it was a betrayal. For Pamela, it was a public humiliation that never went away. She later said it didn't just steal her privacy, it derailed her career. Hollywood stopped seeing her as an actress. They saw her as a scandal. Casting doors quietly closed. Scripts disappeared. Meetings stopped happening. And while the world laughed, shared, and judged, Pamela was left to absorb the damage in silence. She has said she couldn't even watch the tape, yet she was forced to live with its consequences every single day. What hurt most wasn't just the exposure, it was the hypocrisy. Male celebrities survived scandals and rebounded. Pamela became the punchline. The industry punished her for something done to her, not by her. And no matter how much she tried to move forward, the past followed. Replayed, reposted, and mocked as entertainment. Still, she stayed. They had two sons, Brandon and Dylan. And for a while, Pamela believed motherhood might steady the chaos. She tried to build a normal family inside a relationship that was anything but normal. She wanted her children to grow up with both parents. She wanted love to be enough to fix what was breaking. But the fame, the jealousy, the volatility, it only intensified. The fights became louder, the apologies became shorter, the fear became familiar. What once felt thrilling now felt like walking on glass, hoping not to bleed. By 1998, the fairy tale was gone. The arguments turned explosive. The tension turned dangerous. And when violence entered the picture, Pamela finally did what she had struggled to do for years. She walked away. The divorce was brutal, the custody fight was public, and the media fed on every detail. The man she loved had also become the person who shattered her, but leaving didn't mean escaping. For years after, Pamela carried the emotional and physical fallout of that marriage. Her career stalled, her reputation was distorted, and the world never stopped associating her name with that one relationship. No matter what she did, no matter how much time passed, the headline never changed. Even when Tommy was gone, his shadow never really left. She remarried, she divorced, she tried again and again. Each time searching for something safer, something quieter, something that felt like control after years of chaos. But healing doesn't happen on a schedule, especially when trauma is public and permanent. There were years when Pamela retreated from Hollywood entirely. She moved away, she wrote, she gardened. She focused on raising her sons, trying to give them the stability she never had. Fame had taken so much from her: privacy, trust, innocence, and she wasn't sure she wanted it back. For a long time, Pamela felt misunderstood, reduced, frozen in a version of herself she no longer recognized. People thought they knew her story, but they only knew the surface. It took decades for Pamela to reclaim it. In the 2000s, she finally did. Through her memoir, Love, Pamela, and the Netflix documentary Pamela, A Love Story. For the first time, she wasn't being spoken about, she was speaking. And what she revealed wasn't just about fame or sex tapes, but about vulnerability, abuse, motherhood, and what happens when love becomes self-destruction. She didn't portray herself as a victim or a villain. She portrayed herself as human. She didn't erase Tommy Lee from her life. She redefined what he meant in it. and as her personal story healed, so did her career. She returned to the stage, earning critical praise on Broadway in Chicago. Audiences didn't come to mock her, they came to listen. She proved she was more than nostalgia, more than headlines, more than a former fantasy. Then came The Last Showgirl, a role that brought her awards buzz and long overdue industry respect. The kind she was denied when she was younger, quieter, and hurting. Critics finally saw what fame once blinded them to: depth, restraint, and resilience. Even now, her image keeps evolving. Red carpets without makeup, fashion weeks on her own terms, film projects with creative control. She no longer performs for approval. She exists for herself. The woman walking those carpets is no longer the girl who married a rock star on a beach and lost herself in the chaos. She's someone who survived it. At 58, Pamela Anderson is not defined by the man who broke her, but by the fact that she escaped, spoke, and rebuilt. And that's the part of the story most people never saw. Because some stories don't end when the relationship ends. They end when the woman finally takes her name back. Pamela Anderson didn't win by erasing the past. She won by outgrowing it. The world once consumed her pain as entertainment. Now it listens when she speaks. What was taken from her can never be undone. But what she built afterward is something no one can steal. Her life is no longer a cautionary headline or a tabloid memory. It's a testament to survival, to reclaiming dignity, and to choosing yourself after losing everything. And long after the scandals fade and the rumors disappear, one truth remains. Pamela Anderson didn't just survive the storm, she became the woman who walked out of it and never looked back. Because some stories don't end when the relationship ends. They end when the woman finally takes her name back. Pamela Anderson didn't win by erasing the past. She won by outgrowing it. The world once consumed her pain as entertainment. Now it listens when she speaks. What was taken from her can never be undone. But what she built afterward is something no one can steal. Her life is no longer a cautionary headline or a tabloid memory. It's a testament to survival, to reclaiming dignity, and to choosing yourself after losing everything. And long after the scandals fade and the rumors disappear, one truth remains. Pamela Anderson didn't just survive the storm. She became the woman who walked out of it and never looked back. And maybe that's the real ending people missed. Not the wedding, not the tape, not the divorce, but the quiet years afterward, when the cameras finally turned away and Pamela had to sit with who she was without the noise. When healing didn't come from applause, but from choosing peace over chaos. From learning that survival doesn't have to be loud to be real. She learned that being soft didn't mean being weak. That reclaiming your story doesn't require revenge, only truth. Pamela Anderson became something the world never expected her to be. A woman who stopped performing for approval and started living on her own terms. Because sometimes winning doesn't look like a comeback. Sometimes it looks like walking away and never losing yourself again. If you believe some stories deserve to be told with honesty, depth, and respect, subscribe for more stories they never told you the full truth about.